Wheel of randomness, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes that we shall learn. Welcome to Randomly 15 Minutes, where we give you a topic in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly Megan Claude Nicky will be reading a script written by me on a topic she may or may not know about. This shall be fun.
Welcome back to the Wheel of Randomness, and today we are talking about UK royalty. We're starting with the start of the current ruling line with King James VI of Scotland and King James I of England. James Charles Stuart was born on June 19, 1566 at Edinburgh Castle in Scotland. James was the son of Mary, Queen of Scots, and the great-great-grandson of Henry the 7th? Or is that the 8th?
No, Henry the... Wait, hold on.
Wait, 5, 6, 7...
Mary, Queen of Scots.
Should be...
7th.
The 7th, okay. I'm
making... Henry's sister. Mary was Henry's sister.
That's right, okay. I'm making sure, everyone, I'm reading the Roman numerals correctly, so... bear with me. Henry VII, King of England and Lord of Ireland, and was the most potential successor of all three thrones. He ascended to the Scottish throne at 13 months when his mother was forced to abdicate to him. This made James the third consecutive Scottish monarch to ascend to the throne as an infant. His uncle was killed while he was regent. Check out the show Daily 15 Minutes when that comes out. He would gain total control of the government in 1583. In 1587, he married Anne of Denmark, having 3 children that reached adulthood. In 1603, James succeeded his cousin Elizabeth I, the last Tudor monarch, who was childless and died. Well, she died childless. James became King James I of England and Lord of Ireland. A period known as Jacobean era began at the start of his English reign until his death in 1625. After the union of the crowns, he based himself in England, the largest of the 3 realms, from 1603, returning to Scotland only once in 1617, and styled himself King of Great Britain and Ireland. He was an advocate of a single parliament for England and Scotland. He established the first British colony in the Americas with Jamestown in 1607. He faced difficulties in England during his reign, like the Gunpowder Plot, aka the Guy Fawkes Plot. A dissident Catholic, Guy Fawkes was discovered in the cellars of the Parliament buildings on the night of November 4th, 1605, the eve of the state opening of the second session of James's first English Parliament. Fawkes was guarding a pile of wood not far from 36 barrels of gunpowder with which he intended to blow up Parliament House the following day. Interesting, because I've never really known what Guy Fawkes Day was about, but you know.
remember the 5th of November.
Under James, the golden age of Elizabethan literature and drama continued with writers such as William Shakespeare, John Donne, Ben Jonson, and Francis... Francis... the way that the script is Francis Bacon. But it's 2 words together, Bacon contributing, so it looks like Francis Bacon contributing.
I'll work better on getting those faces in.
It's just funny, because Francis Bacon, to a flourishing literary culture. And I know where we're going with this. He sponsored the translation of the Bible into English, later named after him, the Authorized King James Version, known as the KJV. There's also the NJKG, the New King James Version, and the 1604 revision of the Book of Common Prayer. Historians believe he was a thoughtful and serious monarch. He was for the peace policy and tried to avoid religious wars, especially the 30-Year War. Sam will someday cover that. James's visit to Denmark, a country familiar with witch hunts, sparked an interest in the study of witchcraft, which he considered a branch of theology. He attended the North Berwick witch trials, the first major persecution of witches in Scotland under the Witchcraft Act of 1563. James became concerned with the threat posed by witches and wrote Demonology in 1597, a tract inspired by his personal involvement that opposed the practice of witchcraft and that provided background material for Shakespeare's Macbeth. I did not know that. So I learned something new. After 22 years of reigning, he died March 27th, 1625, of dysentery after having a stroke. James was buried in Westminster Abbey. The position of the tomb was lost for many years until his lead coffin was found in the Henry VII vault during an excavation in the 19th century. And that is the end of King James. It's so funny when you, like, I don't even think of King James when I think of, like, the Bible version, like King James Version. KJV, it's like, that's the king. Like, yeah. That's the dude. But
it was when it was translated into English. It's what everybody knows.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he's a pretty, he has a lot going on in his reign. I didn't know that he was the Guy Fawkes one. I didn't realize that.
I couldn't remember. I forget.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information in this head.
That's okay. But yeah, no, it was interesting. I'm like, oh yeah. But I knew about, like, the witchcraft stuff and that because I had heard from other podcasts about, like, the demonology book and stuff like that. But no, he's a pretty interesting aristocrat.
Yeah,
aristocrat.
He was mellow compared to other kings.
Yeah. I was gonna say he didn't seem like he was, I mean, compared to, like, when people talk about, like, the witch trials and stuff for him, but I mean, he seemed pretty. And
back then, anything could have been witchcraft.
Yeah, and then you had, like, people thinking, like, werewolves and stuff like that. So it's a very interesting time. I wouldn't want to live during that time. I'll say that.
Me either.
Definitely not. Especially with Catholics versus Protestants and stuff like that. Like, no, thank you. Because I don't want to be beheaded because I'm Protestant, and then I wouldn't want to be beheaded because I was Catholic. So, which had happened with some
exactly,
queens.
depending on who was reigning.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, no, I don't have to go back then. But no, pretty interesting guy.
He was.
With his stuff. Okay, yeah, he married a Danish woman, and it's so interesting too. Like, you don't realize how kings and queens and that, like, they'll marry people from other countries. Like, he married a woman, from Denmark, and I mean, even like Louis XIV with Marie Antoinette, who is German and stuff. You kind of just associate them as that nationality or so.
Yeah,
like
going back to Queen Victoria from.
Oh, yeah,
last
her husband.
episode, she had 9 kids.
Mm-hmm.
9 kids that were all married to other countries' royalty.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why there's depending on how watered down your blood is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of royalty that has hemophilia.
I remember that. Specifically with her,
with her bloodline,
lineage.
It comes directly from it comes directly from her.
Wow. No, I mean, he was a pretty straightforward, pretty eventful, but nothing too crazy. But some events.
Some events, exactly.
Some events that went on during his reign, but nothing that was overly crazy or anything like that. So, yeah, pretty good read for him.
All right, let's close out.
Alrighty, I'm Megan Klodnicki.
I'm Sam Rossi. Later, y'all.